When you think about blackjack, what comes to mind? Hitting on 16? Doubling down on 11? Well, what if I told you the most important decision you'll make at the table has nothing to do with the cards in your hand? Today, we're diving into the hidden rules that secretly rig the game against you, or for you, if you know what to look for. So, let's just get right to it. What's the biggest, most overlooked mistake pretty much everyone makes in blackjack? Is it splitting tens? Hitting a hard 17? Nope. The most expensive mistake you can possibly make happens before a single card even comes out of the shoe. It's all about where you choose to sit down. And that mistake? It's tunnel vision. It's focusing only on your hand. We spend all this time memorizing strategy charts, trying to play our hand perfectly, but we completely forget about something huge. We're not just playing against the dealer's cards. We're actually playing against the dealer's rules. And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? The rules of that specific table can swing your odds way more than playing your own hand perfectly. It is, without a doubt, the most important factor in the entire game, and it's just sitting there, hiding in plain sight. Let's break this down. Your true opponent at the table, it's not the dealer. Seriously, think about it. The dealer isn't making decisions. They don't have a strategy. They're basically a robot, just following a very strict set of commands. The rules are your real opponent, and if you want to win, you have to understand those rules inside and out. That's how you fight back. So where do we even start? What's the number one rule you got to look for? Well, it all kicks off with something called the soft 17 rule. It's usually printed in tiny letters right on the table felt. And this one little detail can completely change the odds of the game. Okay, real quick, what is a soft 17? It's just a hand that adds up to 17 but has an ace in it. So think ace plus a 6. They call it soft because the ace can be either a 1 or an 11, which means you can hit it without any risk of busting. Simple, right? Now here's why that matters so much. This rule comes in two basic flavors. You've got H17, which means the dealer has to hit on a soft 17. And you have S17, where the dealer has to stand. Now the H17 rule, that's a huge gift to the casino. It gives the dealer a totally free shot to make their hand better. But the S17 rule, that locks them into a 17, which is a pretty beatable hand for you. You always want to find the S17 table. So how much does this really cost you? Well, playing at a table where the dealer hits on soft 17, that H17 rule, it bumps the house edge up by about 0.2%. Now, I know, 0.2% sounds like nothing, right? But in a game like blackjack, where the margins are razor thin, that is a massive disadvantage to give the house before you've even seen your first card. All right, so that soft 17 rule is probably the most important action rule to watch out for. But this next one, oh man, this is the most important payout rule. This is where the casinos can really dig into your winnings. And it all comes down to two simple little numbers. For literally decades, getting a blackjack, an ace and a 10, paid 3-2. Simple. Bet $10, you win 15. But lately, a lot of casinos have switched to this sneaky 6-5 payout. On that same $10 bet, you now only win $12. It might not look like a huge difference on the felt, but believe me, it is a huge pay cut, and it's all in the casino's favor. The effect of this is it's staggering. Going from 3-2 down to 6-5 adds more than 1% to the house edge. That's 5 times worse for you than that H17 rule we were just talking about. A 6-5 table is, no joke, one of the worst bets you can possibly make in any casino, period. You see, one bad rule is, well, it's bad. But the real danger, that's when the casinos start stacking these bad rules on top of each other. It's like they're building a house of cards against you. They create a game that looks like blackjack, but when you look at the math, it's got the terrible odds of a slot machine. So how did they build this bad game? Well, first, they start with that terrible 6-5 payout. That's the foundation. Then they'll throw in the dealer hits soft 17 rule on top of that. Then for good measure, maybe they'll get rid of your option to surrender a bad hand. And to top it all off, they might not let you double down after you split. Each one of these little restrictions just stacks the deck even more in their favor. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the problems. It sounds pretty bleak, right? But here's the good news. You can absolutely fight back. And the smartest thing you can do, the move that gives you the best chance, happens before you even put a single chip on the table. It's all about having a simple pre-game checklist. So here it is, your 4-point inspection for any blackjack table you're thinking about playing. Number 1, this is the big one, it's non-negotiable. Blackjack must pay 3-2. Walk away otherwise. Number 2, find a table where the dealer stands on all 17s. That's S17. And finally, if you see player-friendly options like being able to surrender or double after splitting, those are bonus signs that you found a good game. At the end of the day, it really all boils down to this one simple truth. You could be the greatest blackjack player on the planet, know every single right move, but if you sit down at a table with bad rules, you are just setting yourself up to lose. Choosing the right game is way more important than playing your hand perfectly. So, the next time you're in a casino and you walk up to a blackjack table, just remember, you're not just playing your cards, you're playing the rules. And you have to ask yourself, are you going to be the one checking the rules, or are you going to let the rules check you?